Welcome again to my channel. This is Trev from Trevassant, and today I'm going to bring you 3 news stories that are trending at the moment. The first one, Jamaica under state of emergency. The Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness on Tuesday declared a state of public emergency in parts of the capital Kingston and in some central and western parishes. States of emergency gives authorities increased powers, including the ability to search buildings and carry out arrests without warrants. Tuesday's measures apply to areas that include popular tourist destinations such as Montego Bay. In a recent television interview, the Prime Minister said, "We have seen an increase in criminal activities in these areas and a threat to property and, in some instances, public disorder." He went on to say the increase in lawlessness among Jamaicans is cause for grave concern. Commissioner of Police Anthony Anderson on Tuesday said 1,360 murders were registered in Jamaica between January 1 and November 13 of this year. That's a 6.8% increase over the same period last year. And most of these murders are related to gang violence and contract killings. Some human rights groups are challenging the government on the state of emergency and the powers that it gives to law enforcement. However, with Jamaica now considered to be one of the most violent places in the Caribbean, action needs to be taken. Therefore, the government is seeking to crack down on gangs through laws that target organized crime and illegal guns. Let's hope the lawmen carry out their responsibilities with enough dignity so as to not violate the civil rights of any Jamaican. In other news, the Jamaica Gleaner Company has appointed Moya Thomas as their new editor-in-chief. Thomas comes to the job with a wealth of experience. She holds a bachelor's degree in sociology from the University of the West Indies and a master's degree in politics and sociology from Birkbeck College in London. Moya is credited with being strong on people and general management, and we are confident that her appointment will result in an efficient leadership transition for the newsroom and facilitate execution of the company's digital strategy as well as the broader RJR Gleaner Communications Group strategy, a release from the company said. Ms. Thomas has over 30 years of journalism experience, coming into this post after having served as general manager of Love FM. She was also group head of news at the then RJR Communications Group. She was consultant head of news at the Caribbean New Media Group in Trinidad and Tobago, and had earlier stints at the British Broadcasting Corporation, the Jamaica Broadcasting Corporation, and the Jamaica Information Service. Let's wish her well in her new endeavors. And the final news for today, Jamaican taxi and bus operators continue their strike. In an effort to get the government to give them a reprieve from paying traffic tickets, taximen and busmen went on strike on Monday. The taximen believe that traffic cops are targeting them and illegally ticketing them for unregulated offences.
As president of tax, I support any group, and I want to make it clear here that a group was formed named One Voice, the strongest
one voice. That is,
I believe the government have sense. The government see what is happening now, and they will give you amnesty. Here from me, we have One Voice people.
Taxi and bus operators are to remain off the roads for a second consecutive day on Tuesday, following a release by the government which failed to address calls from the sector for a ticket amnesty. Speaking with Observer Online, head of the Transport Operators Development Sustainable Services TODS lobby group, Egton Newman, said his members were extremely dissatisfied with the government's response. According to Mr. Newman, the release by the government is indicative of a posturing toward the sector that is strict, inflexible, and in some instances antagonistic. We believe that if the government is trying to hold a hard end on us, we can hold a hard end on the government as well, he said. We think the government is trying to show their powers, as it is the taxi and transport sector have no power at all. The government in its release chided the action of the protesters, saying their efforts have shown complete disdain for the law, and said it will not ease up in its quest to create a better transport system for all. It also urged the transport operators with unpaid tickets to pay their fines as stipulated. Monday's strike left thousands of passengers across the country stranded, while taxi operators who did not wish to participate in the strikes were beaten or had their cars damaged for not standing in solidarity with the protest. Some operators who chose not to join in the protest had their vehicles damaged and their tires punctured.
Right ground if it is. Right ground if it is. Right ground if it is.
And while admitting that there was disorder on the roads, Newman noted that this disorder extended beyond taxi and busmen who he said were being unfairly targeted. Is there a disorder issue on the road alone? There is a serious disorder issue in Jamaica, even in the parliament. It is not on the road alone that we have disorder. We have disorder from the cabinet straight down to the lowest of the Jamaican populace, said Newman. So this is not strange. We know, we admit, government don't admit to their ills, but we admit to ours. And yes, there is disorder on the road, not just among taxi operators, but motorists on a whole. And the government needs to clean it up. Mr. Newman went on to say the Road Traffic Act needed revision. He believes the government should add a public education program and allow the law to take its course. But I guess until then, he continues to support the taxi and bus operators as they hold the rest of the country hostage. That's going to be it from me for today, my friends. Until next time, this is Trev from Trevessence, where your journey matters.